The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
Hey there, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Justin. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate it. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Grow420, episode 35. Wow, episode 35, September 24th. September 24th, 2024. And I'm your joint host, Ron McNabb, a.k.a. the Forgetful Stoner. And forgetting to put the right banner up. There we go. We got the right banner up now. That's right, Justin. Cheers. Whoop, whoop. So, So thanks for tuning in here again. Grow420 here on NOK Network. Today's show, we'll be discussing the next indoor grow that we've already got started. I'm just going to turn the music down a bit. So we got an update video coming up a little bit later for that to show you what I've been doing over the last week. And I've got the CBD Kush Green with 2 plants up here. I'm going to jar them up today while we're on the show. And yeah, Oh yeah, and that's right. I've also cut a few more clones of the Acapulco Gold and the Grapefruit Diesel. So crossing my fingers that they're going to take root. If they don't. That's life, right? And so yeah, I've got the Acapulco Gold and the 3 Grapefruit Diesel clones that I did have. They're planted in the self-watering planters now. As I said, we've got a video coming up later to show you all that, as well as how the outdoor garden's growing. And it's just stacking up quite nice. The tallest plant, Strawberry Donkey, still a 8-foot half, what was it, 8.5 feet? No, 102 inches. Yeah, 8 foot 6 inches, 8.5 feet tall. Jeez. So you'll see that in the video too. A little special something in the video with that. So what's everyone smoking on today? I'm smoking on some cheese. I grabbed the bin down. I had a whole bunch of like shake and trim and keef all in the bottom of the big bin. And so I sorted through all that the other day. Not all of it. I grabbed a bunch out, smoked it all already. Grabbed a bunch more today. It's just a bunch of a leaf that's got a lot of crystals on, a lot of keef in there too, man. Jean-Guy or Jean-Guy, however you want to say it. I think it's probably Jean-Guy. Jean-Guy. French. I knew someone. I knew. I don't even know where they are now. I know someone by the name of Guy. The thing is, some people, their name is spelled G-U-I. Some guys, do you get it? They pronounce it as Guy or they pronounce it as Guy. But yeah, so I'm smoking on some homegrown cheese left over last year. I was going to make a bunch of butter and stuff with it, but I'd rather smoke it right now, right? Because I'm out of the Tangerine Purple Orange CBD again. I got a little bit of trim left in there. Maybe some small buds. Cheese I like better. Way better. And I got the Jack Hare, which I don't mind too much. Not my cup of tea. The blueberry, it didn't really pan out as well as I wanted it to. But the Jack Hare and blueberry mixed together are a little bit more bearable for the taste. Blueberry by itself, I don't really like it. So I'm getting down to the bottom of stuff here. No fear of running out though. So that's good. But I got 5 plants coming up. Actually, 6 plants. Forgot to take a updated picture of the other plant down the road. Neighbor friend of mine, I gave him a Grapefruit Diesel clone a while back, and he planted it outside in the ground outside his front door. And that plant's about this high, nice and bushy. So he's moved from there. His mom still lives there, but him and his partner, they've moved just a few minutes down the road. And he says, you want it? I don't smoke much anymore, and I'm too busy working. And if you want, you can have the plant and take care of it until it's ready to cut down. So I said, sure, man. I'll probably give him a bunch of the weed. I'll harvest it. I'll probably give him a few ounces anyway for him to just have. So after all, he did most of the work for it. I made it as a clone, ready enough to put out in a 1-gallon pot outside. But I think it was a 1-gallon pot I had. I don't think I did the 3. I don't know. Anyways, I'm looking forward to my harvest this year. I got Grapefruit Diesel, 2 plants, Grapefruit Diesel. I got Strawberry Donkey, the plank. The plank is have the papers for it here somewhere, the package. Well, disorganized. I don't have all that sitting right out. I thought I had that stuff out with me. The plank, I think, is... Oh, that's Platinum Java Kush. Strawberry Donkey. Ah, here's the plank. Trinity Cross with Sour Dub. That smells amazing. So I'm excited about that. The Strawberry Donkey, here's the one that's 8.5 feet tall. Seeds are from 709 Skunk Genetics. And it's strawberry crossed with donkey butter. Really, really interested in that. Hey, Mikey, how's it going, buddy? Cheers. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in. You got a rain day today, or you're working, just on break? And then what else we got outside? Yeah, so we got the Grapefruit Diesel. That's outside. Strawberry Donkey, the plank. Oh, Platinum Cookies, which was just bag seed that I had. And then Rainbow Haze Cross the Donkey Dick. Or as my wife likes to call it, Rainbow Dick. Rain day. Yeah, my son, he's got a few days of rain day. He's gone down to his girlfriend's down in Aurelia. And he just finished up a siding job in just west of South River on Eagle Lake Road. And it's got a barn roof or something like that coming up soon. So, hey, Kim, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for sharing the feed. And thank you so much for promoting my Grow420 page on Facebook. Because Facebook made some changes back in April where you can't stream live to a page unless you have 100 followers. And I had already been streaming live to my page before that. And so April until just like last week, it wasn't being shared out to the it wasn't being broadcast to the Grow420 page. On Facebook, I would share it, but not broadcast live. But it's broadcast live now, and so that's awesome. Thank you so much, Kim, for promoting the page and getting people to follow. Last I counted, it was like 117 followers earlier today. So pollinated 3 plants, got a nice seed harvest coming. Awesome. I want to do that sometime. I want to purposely do seeds, but that'll have to be when life settles down a bit. Hey, what am I talking about? Life is so crazy right now, man. Oh, I'm not even gonna go into the details. If I told you, you probably wouldn't believe me. It's about as crazy can get, but you know what? We're still here. And I was talking about the Rainbow Haze Cross the Donkey Dick. I hadn't forgotten about it, Mikey. I was just looking for the package. I found it here. Mikey Jameis gave these to me. They're from Island Farms. So Mikey, I'm going to be sending you some bud definitely when this is harvested. She smells so good. My wife loves it, the smell of it too. Woo, glad somebody stepped up, right? I'm so glad so many people did that. And I appreciate it. I'm not out there looking for the numbers, but hey, it's nice if I have the page, it's nice to be able to go live on the page, right? Especially when I was already doing it before. We still got 6 minutes to 4:20, but I gotta have another hit on the bong here now. So we got some cheese here. Cheers, y'all. So I got my next indoor grow started. We got Grapefruit Diesel and Acapulco Gold. So I'm looking forward to those. I just planted them the other day, and I'm already wanting to put the scrog net up and see it all fill out, but it's going to take a little time. But you guys will get to see it as we go along. Hey, Aaron Anderson, there's the man with 3 A's in his name. What's up? Cheers. Thanks for tuning in, brother. And hope all's well with you. And yeah, so I guess I can get that book out of the way now. I guess this will be a good time to give a call out on the sizes of the plants outside. I took a measurement today. Didn't do the stalks. We're going to leave it at that. Well, I'll measure them once more when I go to cut them down. I'll give you the readings of the stalk sizes from last week. Grapefruit Diesel was 1 13/16. Platinum Cookies, and this is measured at the base, just at the soil. 2 5/16 was Platinum Cookies. Strawberry Donkey, 2 5/16. And for those who aren't sure about what that is, 2 4/16 would be 2 1/4. 2 inches and 2 1/4 inches. So that's just over 2 1/4 inches. The Rainbow Haze Donkey Cross, a Donkey Dick, or as I said, my wife likes to call it, Rainbow Dick, 2 3/16. And the Plank, 2 3/8. Right, Justin? So the height of the plants last week. Now, some of the plants, they're shrinking. Why is that? It's because the tallest cola that I'm measuring on the plant, not all of them are staked. So as the buds are swelling up on the stalks, you're getting the branches weighing down. So I'm measuring as the stalks stand. If I happen to have one that is the tallest one that I'm measuring and it's tied off on the stake, I'll still measure that, and it still grows. So here we go with the sizes from last week. Grapefruit Diesel, that's the one in the center, in the 3x3 round bed, which I won't be having that bed next year. It's too crowded in there for walking around to maintain the plants, but also to cut the grass. As it is now, I may not even be able to get the mower in there very well. I may have to take the weed whacker. So we'll see. My grass, you're going to see in the video, the grass is in dire need of cutting. I haven't cut it in about 3 weeks. We've had so much rain. We've had so much heat. We've had time where I'm not available. Just weather's not, everything is not cooperated. So I'm not too concerned because I got the tractor for anything that I can't use the mower for. I got the tractor. If I have to cut it twice, I will, and raise the deck up on the first cut. Same thing on the mower. I've got a self-propelled mower, and I can raise the wheels up on it, and or raise the deck up on it, I guess, and take 2 passes at it. And with it being a self-propelled mower, it's not that hard. So anyways, back to the sizes. So 58 inches. Last week for the Grapefruit Diesel, 56 inches this week. So we got 1 minute to 4:10 or 4:20, folks. So I better get my bong loaded up. So I know Justin's smoking some Zhongyi. What's everyone else smoking? Or if you're not smoking right now because of where you are or whatever, what will you be smoking on when you get home later or when you are able to smoke up? So I'm smoking on some cheese. And we got Gordon Acton. Hi from Pothead Society too. Cheers. We're about to hit 420 for Ontario, so you're just on time. If someone even showed up at 422, that'd be fine. You know why? because that's 422. And there we go. Happy 420 from everyone from Ontario, Canada, folks. Cheers. Light them up if you got them. Oh, that was nice. That's a lot of keef in there too, man. Justin had the Wheat Fairy come to his place, right? You gotta love the Wheat Fairy. Remember I told you I had the Ganja Gods come by and visit me? I found a half jar of, well, there was about a little bit more than this. Of the Grapefruit Diesel. I thought I was out of it. Oh, man. I think the Wheat Fairies will show up later for me. Let's hope so, right? MP420 Blue Dream Live Resin. I grew blah, 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 blah. I grew. Jeez. Man, that wheat's good, right? Cheers. Happy 420. Oh, long time? Okay. You know what that means. It's bong hit time. We'll come to back to the Blue Dream later. But for now, it's bong hit time. We'll be right back, folks, with you to have bong hit time.
Bong hit time, it's bong hit time. Don't you just know bong hit time? It's bong hit time, it's bong hit time. Everyone loves bong hit time. Bong hit time, it's bong hit time. Don't you just know bong hit time? It's bong hit time, it's bong hit time. Everyone loves bong hit time.
Oh, geez. I haven't hit it yet, but cheers, everyone. It's bong hit time. And it's bong hit time is courtesy of Wayne Cruz. Oh, geez. That's what happens when you're smoking mostly keef. I've seen Waylon smoke pure keef bowls, just packed. So yeah, but this bong hit time is courtesy of Wayne Cruz. Oh, geez. Let me get this batter off here. So happy 420, folks. Yeah, Wayne Cruz. He also has a show here on NOK Network. In fact, earlier today, 1 p.m. Eastern time, which I think is 10 Pacific, 10 a.m. Pacific. Wake up with Wayniac or something. So morning sesh with Wayne, Tuesday mornings. So go check him out. Awesome little video he put together there for bong hit time. So yeah. Now let's see what else were we talking. Oh yeah, we're gonna finish up the sizes here. Okay, so we'll start over on the height. So Grapefruit Diesel last week was 58 inches. This week 56. It's lower because the buds are weighing the branch down, right? Platinum cookies, 80 inches last week, 80 inches this week. Strawberry donkey, 102 inches, which is 8.5 feet. Still the same size this week, 102 inches, 8.5 feet. Rainbow haze cross with donkey dick was, or again, as my wife likes to call it, rainbow dick. 66 inches last week, 64 inches this week. Again, the branch is weighing down, right? The plank, 68.5 inches tall last week, 69 inches this week. So a little bit of increase in height on one plant there. So it looks like the stretch is kind of stopped now, for the most part, and now the plants are focusing in on bulking up the buds, or as my wife likes to say, stacking them up, right? It's actually fun. We've been out there defoliating and that a few times this year. She's helped me feed the plants. So it's been nice. What was I going to do? I just brought my phone up for something. I don't know why I brought my phone up. I was going to look something up. Oh, yeah, the calendar. See how many more weeks we got. Let me take a look at the weather first. What we're going to do is we're just going to talk a few more minutes here. Then we're going to go to break. And we're going to come back and we're going to show the update videos. So let's see. I'm going to look at the 2-week forecast. Now, I know 2 weeks. It's quite a ways out. Anything can change. Anything can change past the day. I've even seen it where it says it's pouring rain outside, and it's like, right, yeah. I don't see any rain. It's like clear blue sky and sun, or the opposite. It says it's supposed to be sunny and it's pouring rain. So I'd love to be a weatherman, right? I'm drinking a can of Oreo Coca-Cola. Oh, man. I don't know about that. And again, cheers. Welcome, Erica. Humans Witten, thanks for tuning in. There, it was gone. Probably the forgetful thing. I don't know. That's why I'm the forgetful stoner. I forget so much. But weather-wise, the lowest it's going down at night is 9. Feeling like 6. That's not too bad. Daytime temps, we got like 20, 21, 23, 19, 16, 15. So that's okay. We do have a few days of really heavy rain. That's not okay. So I'm going to have to keep a watch out for bud rot. I do have one little branch I got to cut off. I noticed some yesterday. And I expect that I'm going to have to cut some stuff off each year. But with how big the plants get, because they're grown right in the ground in, 4 of the pits. They're 4x4 by almost 2 feet deep. And I leave the roots in there to decay all through the winter. And I pull out the stalk in the spring. This one here is from the cheese. This plant here was 7 foot 3 inches tall. That was my tallest plant before the strawberry donkey. Right, the forgetful stoner, right? There it was, gone. 11 degrees there right now. That's you're in Newfoundland. So right now it is 17. 17 feels like 17 and overcast. Rain is supposed to start within an hour. It's supposed to be just fairly light rain today. But as I said, they're supposed to get heavy a bit. They're supposed to get quite a bit of rain overnight. So it's about 5 millimeters of rain overnight. And then the next time we got any significant rain they're calling for, again, it's so far out, it could change. But we're in our wet season. We're going to get rain. It's going to be humid out. So I got to watch the plants. And so October 1st, 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. October 6th, 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. So I'll just keep a close eye out. I've also got a leaf blower that I can blow the plants off with. I've got mixed opinions on that, because why would I take a gas? If I had an electric one, I guess it'd be okay, or battery one, but why would I take a gas one and blow it? I don't know. The exhaust gets exhausted out. The plants are outside, so they're already dirty. So it's not like, hey, Dominic DeJong, cheers, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much for all your support in the comments. Appreciate it. And so, yeah, the weather, we got, oh, yeah, that's what I was looking for. Like the over the period of time we've got now. So we got September 24th right now. So that was a 2-week forecast. That brings us to October 8th. So I would imagine probably good till at least, I'm looking October 22nd to 29th before I have to really worry about anything. Now we could have a swing. We could. But I've got plants that have had, what was it, last year and the year before, that got hit with some frost, and no damage done to the plants at all. And in fact, I've heard that some strains, it actually makes it better with the terpene production. So, oh, Justin, you be quiet. I don't even know why I just put that comment up. I don't want to see winter. I hate winter. Only good thing about winter right now, that in my life, is that I don't have to go out and drive to work every day in it. I did it for years. I commuted. I've had my license since 1990. And I've driven for a living for several jobs. I've commuted 45 minutes to an hour to most of my jobs. I've done, at different times in my life, I've done on the daily 2-hour each way trips from home to school to Sheridan College. That was until I blew up the engine in my car. I had an 87 Hyundai Pony. And yeah, that car's not made to be pounding the highway 2 hours each way per day. And I was using it for delivering pizza too. It was a cool car, but you love my shirt, Newfoundland, right? I got it at my local thrift shop here for 50 cents. So 50 cents went to our fire department. And I got a piece of Newfoundland, right? I can't see what your comments are coming through as right now, Dominic. I know you're doing a lot of the same, but some of those are really cool, man. I don't know how you do it. There was one last night I saw. Not last night. I don't know where it was. It was on one of the shows. There was this big, long thing, and it's like, oh man, how did you do that whole sentence all in symbols? It was really cool. So appreciate your support, man. So yeah, I'm looking at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 to 5 weeks. I know over the last couple of weeks I've been saying about 6 weeks we've got. I'm still saying about 4 to 5 weeks right now of weather that I think the plants can tolerate. And the rainbow haze cross with donkey dick, I think that one is actually might be ready, but I can't take a scope video of it. Hey, Sir Steve-O, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing it out. Thank you so much. And I know that not everyone's able to join in on the live, but I know that there's a lot of people that watch on the replay, and there's also people that listen on the live that aren't engaged in the comments either, either because they're working or whatever, or they just don't feel comfortable engaging in comments, and that's quite fine too. We know that you're out there. And also just take a moment to thank everyone out in Rumble Land as well. Unfortunately, I cannot see any of your comments. Hopefully, Rumble and StreamYard get their language together and get their shit together and be able to have comments ported through. I do think that there is a way, but I can't. Oh, I could. Yeah. The other way you could do is you can have it up on a share on the share screen if you had another device or screen. But we know you're out there too, out in Rumble Land. So thank you all for your support as well. And we're gonna have a toke here just before we go to commercial break, and then we're gonna come back and have the update videos for you. But first, man, I haven't had any of this. Cheers, everyone. Oh, jeez. So hope everyone's doing fine today. And if you weren't, I hope you are now. And we got Justin saying, hi, Sir Steve-O. Sir Steve-O's an awesome dude, guys. Go check him out. He does our Wednesday night, right, Justin? Cool mod. He does our Wednesday night IWK 710 daily session over on NOK Network here. And that's 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then he's on again at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Kim Cooper on Peace News and Views, where they interview people in the cannabis space. Could be a lawyer, could be a patient, could be anyone. All things cannabis. And quite often it leads into discussions about psychedelics and mushrooms, and therefore that guest quite often then becomes a guest on NOK Network's sister show, which is on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson do psychedelic, nope, not psychedelic reporters. That's Tuesday nights with Tara and Hobbies. Open Your Eye. Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson do Open Your Eye on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And they interview patients, lawyers, again, anything psychedelics as medicine, patients on their own personal journeys through the realm of psychedelics, and everything all in between. So go check that out as well. That's 8 p.m. Thursdays. And but for now, I guess this is a good time to go to break. Let's see where we are with this song here. We're almost done. About 25 seconds left. And then we'll go to break. And then we'll come back, as I said, with the update videos. The indoor grow, the next door indoor run has started. And the outdoor grow is just stacking along nice. So there we go. That's the end of that. When we come back, we'll have a different album set on. And here we go. Okay, this one's a little harder for me to read. Tuesday. Yeah, some of these may not come through because of the way the comment translates through on here. But it's really cool, really cool. So anyways, so yeah, we'll be right back, folks. Let me get back to the banners here. There we go. We got our commercial break banner on. We've got our commercial set here right up on deck. So we will be back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds, folks. So stay tuned for more Grow420 after this short break to hear from some of the sponsors for NOK Network and about some of the other shows that are on the network throughout the week. So we will be back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Cheers.
Hey, hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyndinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set. One dab, only really need one dab. One dab.
Smoke Signal is a medical dispensary where you can get all your products and needs.
Start vaping a whole bunch. Might just start laying up the blunts. God. Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram. Go and hold it in, feel it in your ribs.
So come and check us out in Tyndinaga. 55 Highway 49 in Tyndinaga. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Tune in daily to NOK Network's diverse podcasting lineup. Ganja News Update, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Tara Simpson and Ron McNabb. Waking Up with the Waniac, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with Wayne Cruz from sunny California. Grow420, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern with Ron McNabb. Psychedelic Reporters, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Hobbies Puppets and Tara Simpson. Peace, News and Views, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with Sir Stevo and Kim Cooper. Thursdays we have Open Your Eye with Kim Cooper and Tara Simpson, 8 p.m. Eastern. Followed by Thursday Night Vibes at 9:15 p.m. Eastern with Master and Mama Rochi. The IWK 710 Daily Sesh airs 7 nights a week with our rotating joint hosts, nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for tuning in to all the podcasting on NOK Network.
Are you a Northern Ontario resident searching for credible information on cannabis as a medicine? No Sir is here to help. Established in 2013, Northern Ontario Cannabis Education and Resources is here for you. No Sir Director Kim Cooper brings you 45 plus years experience utilizing cannabis as a medicine, and she is spreading that education across the North. Activism, referrals, resources, and more at No Sir. Don't be a jackass. Say no, sir, to propaganda with No Sir. find them at www.nocer.ca.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at NOKNetwork.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms or email us at info@NOKNetwork.com.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. Enjoy the show, man.
Oh, hey there, everyone. Oh, geez. My timing was off there. Anyways, welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Grow420 here on NOK Network, episode 35, September 24th, 2024. And so I hope you enjoyed the commercial break there. And just check out some of the other shows that we got on. Check out our sponsor. And I'm just going to put the regular banner back up. And there we go. He waits the whole way. I was upstairs with the wife. She's up in the kitchen doing all kinds of stuff today. She's been listening to a homesteading seminar online, and in between on breaks, she's been doing cooking beets to can, and boiling a big, huge pot of turkey stock, and cooking a turkey in the oven earlier. I already had some. We both already had some for lunch, and so she's breaking the turkey up off the carcass now. The dogs are gonna get a special dinner tonight, man. So yeah, sounds fun, right? Yeah, man, it does. It does. Turkey stock on the stove and a turkey that was cooked in the oven. Oh man, I said to my wife, forget about like dinner tonight, like with making any like veggies. Just keep it simple. Just have turkey. Want to have a piece of bread or something with it, make a sandwich or whatever. But yeah, don't make a whole big. It's just the two of us tonight. So, and had homemade bagel earlier today with cream cheese. The bagels weren't made today; they were made before. We just had them stored in the freezer, but already pre-sliced. So just put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds to soften it up a bit. You can pull it apart, put it in the toaster oven, toast it up, slather the cream cheese on, and man, nice cup of coffee in the morning. Keep meaning to take that song out of there. I don't like that one. Anyways, we are going to be showing the update videos in a moment. So I'll have to be pausing the music anyway because I got to put the headset on because there's music in the videos themselves. So yeah, why don't I just I'll pause the music now. No sense in having that on. We might as well just go straight into the videos. So we're going to do the indoor grow first. This one here is just over 5 minutes long, I think. Here, I can move this notebook out of the way as well. Okay. Indoor right here. Just give me a moment. Okay, I'll let that pause there for a second so you can read it while I adjust the volume. So yeah, the Acapulco Gold and the Grapefruit Diesel clones are now planted in self irrigating planters, like a knockoff earth box. The new clones have been taken from the Acapulco Gold and Grapefruit Diesel. They're in the 3x3 cabinet. Crossing my fingers that they're going to root. You will also see a small branch, broken branch that is in flower. It's from the plant down the road, from my neighbor friend who I'd given a plant to. He's given the plant back to me. I was over there doing some defoliation, and there was a weak spot on one of the branches, and it broke off. So I figured, I'll bring it back here. I'll just stick it in the water for now. I might do a re-veg clone, just for the sake of it. But you'll see it in the video. I meant to, I do have some pictures. I do have them on the, no, I don't have, they're on my phone. I'd have to pull them off the phone. I can do that, but it just would take a little bit. But we'll do the videos here for now, because I don't have any pictures of the updated pictures of the plants, because I know sometimes the videos are not that clear, but the pictures tend to be clearer. But it is what it is. So here we go. Here's the Grapefruit Diesel clones. Number 1 is the one in the front. Number 2 is the one in the middle. Number 3 is the one in the back. So I actually could put this, I am going to put the scrog net on very soon, because it'll be easier for me to put the scrog net on now and adjust the branches as they grow, rather than trying to fold the branches down and get the scrog net on. So the scrog net, probably you'll see it on for next week on both of these. There's the Acapulco Gold. And there's my legs. I was doing like a 360, holding the phone in my hand, and I overshot. Right, I haven't hooked up the drain tubes yet for the grow bins, for when I water them, for the overflow to go straight into the floor drain. I got to hook up the tubing for that. The fittings are on the bins. The part of the hose is there. I just have to get the hose that joins the two bins together. And here's the clones. So the first 4 on the left, the 2 on the front, 2 on the back, are Acapulco Gold. It's the AG. And these were done on the 21st. And this video is done today, though. And these ones are Grapefruit Diesel. So there's 2, like front row, back row, 1 each there. There's Grapefruit Diesel 1. The next 2, front and back, is Grapefruit Diesel 2. And the last row there is Grapefruit Diesel 3. Just so that way I can keep track of which clone is from which plant. That way you guys will know too. And here's that broken branch. So I may do a re-veg on it. I may just clip a lot of clip the bud off and clip a lot of the leaves off, and clean up a new end on it, and stick it in soil and see what happens. I've done re-veg clones before. It's called monster cropping, where you take clones that are from a plant that's like a couple of weeks into flower. You can even take a clone from 4 weeks into flower. It just takes even longer for it to re-veg. Or you can also do it right at the end of a grow too, where you can cut your plant right down. And I've done this before too. Cut the plant down, and we're just leaving just a couple of little growth areas, and the plant grows again. It just takes a long time. Do they grow good? Do what grow good? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, the monster, like doing the clones for okay. So what monster cropping is when you take a clone from a plant that's here. We'll come back full screen for a moment. Yeah, what I just said, the monster cropping. Okay, so yeah, good question. Okay, let me move this off of here. We'll come back full screen. So what monster cropping is when you take a clone from a plant that's in flower, like 1, 2, 3 weeks into flower, or even more, but it's commonly like 1 to 3 weeks. 2 weeks I hear is kind of the optimal. Now, that's what I hear. I've done it 3, 4 weeks in and been successful. But as I said, it takes a little longer. So what happens is it takes, so you say, does it grow? You ask, does it grow good? Well, if someone's looking at the plant, first time I've heard of doing that. Okay, so perfect. So you've got no idea what I'm talking about here. So this is good. So what this will do is you can take, say if you take it like say 2 weeks into flower. So you see a bit of bud. You don't have to clip the bud off, but you want to, just as you clean up a clone normally, right? You cut the clone on the branch, off the branch, you clean it up, take off little branches and leaves from the nodes that are going to be in the soil. You put it under you can do it under 24-hour lighting. You can do it under your 18.6. Just don't do it 12-12. I think I did mine 24. But it was just with like fluorescent lights that I did it with. And but what it would look like, it'll actually start looking really funky. Actually, you have heard about it. Frosty did it. He re-vegged his was it his pink rockstar? I think the pink rockstar was re-veg. It just takes a lot longer, and the plant starts looking a little funky. It'll start putting out like 1-finger leaves, 2-finger leaves. Some of the leaves will be a little distorted. They'll be a little twisted. It's just because the hormones in the plant are switching from flower back to a revegetative state. And so during that time with the hormone fluctuation and chemical fluctuations in that compound fluctuations in the plant, you'll see some weird growth and stuff like that. What you'll usually see is explosive growth from so many different bud sites. Like you get so many bud sites. That's why it's called monster cropping. Is you get like way more bud sites off of a clone that's done like that or you have the potential to get way more bud sites, therefore more yield off a clone that's been monster cropped rather than a clone that's been taken just off a plant that's been in veg. And it's to do with the hormones and that, and that, because you're bringing it back down out of the flowering stage, so it goes into a growth stage where all the nutrients and all that, whereas it's not going to the buds now, it's all going to the leaves and any potential bud sites. So yeah, you usually get explosive growth. So it's another way of being able to get like more colas and that. And say, if you don't want to say top your plants, because if you top your plant, you'll get more colas and stuff too, right? Now there is a recovery period where it takes time for everything to grow back up taller on that plant, but then the clone that you take off of that plant, it will just grow as a regular plant. Well, some clones look a little bit weird just because of depending on where they're taken from the plant, right? And but with taking a clone from a flowering plant, because of the switch in the hormones there, you end up getting, as I said, explosive growth, but it takes quite a long time for it to happen, for the rooting, as well as for that new growth to come in. But usually when that new growth starts coming in, it's as I said, it's explosive. So yeah, you can't remember. Yeah, that's okay, as I don't remember everything either, right? So and I may be explaining it a little different than he would. And I don't think I'm saying anything wrong, but that's been my experience with it. I don't really do it anymore. That's why I said I might do it with this, just to see what it will do, just for content for the show, maybe. But I have done it before on purpose. And that was when I was first growing. So that would have been back in 2018. So anyways, okay, awesome. You wrote that information down to remember it. Yeah, so you can also look it up on YouTube as well. There's all kinds of, can't remember when Frost done it. Yeah, it was a little bit ago. But there's some pretty good videos on YouTube as well. But I learned about it from someone in a Facebook grow group that I was in, or actually I'm still in. But the group's not that active now. But the creator and owner of the group is a 40 plus year grower, and he does all kinds of breeding. He does his own breeding for his own stock and stuff as well. So he kind of took me under his wing and taught me a lot, and he was available on Messenger for me to ask him a few questions. I obviously didn't bug him. Well, I did have questions about bugs, because I went through like a fungus gnat infestation. I went through there was something else, fungus gnats, and then fungus gnats and spider mites, and so he was able to get me set straight on that, and there's a lot of learning. It was great. It was great, and I really haven't had any fungus gnat issues since, or spider mite issues. I did have an issue with thrips 2 grows ago indoors here. But I was able to get it under control before it went into flower, and it didn't really affect that much. There was some decrease in growth of the plant because of it, but I haven't had any issues with anything since. And like that was like it was like 2 or 3 grows ago, at least 2 grows ago, probably three. Learn a lot from this show and other shows, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying I'm a pro on anything. But this is the stuff I've experienced, and sometimes you don't always have access to the the best of the best stuff, right? And especially like I live out in the middle of nowhere. I do have a couple of hardware stores here, but when it comes to any type of products or equipment or grow related, there's not really a whole lot available here. I got to go to either North Bay or order from Amazon. Well, there's several issues there. I don't have the money necessarily to do it all. And then there's the time to get into there. It's like an hour or more, depending on weather, to just get into the city. So I gotta work with what I got, and so yeah. So, anyways, do with yep. That's right. Do what you can when you can do better. Do better then, right? That's my motto. That's all you can do, and as long as you know you're doing your best at that moment, without being too hard on yourself, because I think a lot of times we put a bit too much pressure on ourselves to be everything. And we have to realize that we're not everything. And sometimes you just gotta I don't know what I'm trying to say here right now. But yeah. Anyways, time is getting on here now. We've been on just over an hour. We'll finish up in a bit here. We do have another video, though, coming up for the outdoor grow. I always say that to myself when doing something. Exactly. It's always a good mindset to be in. Because that also helps you to strive to do better as well. But if all you can do is what you're doing and you know it's your best, then hey, what more can you ask for, right? So anyways, here's the outdoor grow coming up here. I'll pause that for a second so you can read that while I adjust the volume. So this video was taken today. Now there's no sunny day out there today. The grass hasn't been cut for 2 or 3 weeks. So here we go though. The star of the show is out there too, Freya. She's out there a couple of times. So hope you enjoy. Cheers. Is the volume okay, Justin? This one starts off a little quieter. See, there's Freya. Like a keyboard playing. Awesome. Thank you, Justin. So it's starting to look like fall. Our gardens are winding down. There's still a few tomato plants out there still producing tomatoes. So there's Strawberry Donkey right there. There's Platinum Cookies. We do a walk around on each plant. That one in the center is Grapefruit Diesel. The one on the far left and back there was the plank. And the one in the front here, that's not Grapefruit Diesel. Rainbow Haze across the donkey dick. The one that looks like a whole bunch of donkey dicks there. Oh, geez, I almost took a dry haul. Weed fairies aren't doing their job. That would not have been nice. It's bad enough that I'm using the butane lighter. But at least it's filtered through the weed a bit. If I'm taking just straight fumes, man, jeez. That's the thing about the torch lighters, man. The Zippos are worse. That's why I won't use the Zippo on the bong. So that plant there, that's a Grapefruit Diesel. There are a few branches I got to clean up. They're some of the ones that broke off. I have cleaned a few off since this video was done. Purple is showing there now, looking really nice. And here's the platinum cookies. Thank you, Justin. I hope this is playing through really well. Okay, I don't know if is it playing better than usual or worse. Because I'm actually running off of my data on my phone with hotspot to my laptop, and because my wife's watching a seminar, a homesteading seminar all day on her old ancient laptop. We've had it for 10 years. Nearly 10 years we've had it. Playing great. Awesome, Justin. Yeah, we've had it nearly 10 years, and it was a few years old when we bought it from friends of ours. So it's a dinosaur of a thing. And the Wi-Fi connection on it wasn't great. So I ran my hardwire connection from my grow room upstairs to her laptop in the living room, but I didn't want to use any bandwidth from her internet that would disrupt her watching her her seminar. So I'm running off the data on my phone, so according to Justin, it's running fine, so that's awesome. Cheers, Colleen. Thanks for tuning in. Oh man, it's looking awesome out there. There's something special. Yeah, it's looking awesome. It's smelling awesome, man. Going out defoliating more leaves here and there. It's cool. It's like if you were there, right? Where do I post that bed? Oh geez, where do I post proof pics? Hold on. I'll pause the music for the video for a second. Are you a member of? Yeah, are you a member of the Cannabis Information with Northern Ontario Kim group? Because if not, if you are, you can post the proof pics there. And if not, you can post it to my profile. You are. Okay, so this, I'm assuming you're talking about the envelope from my birthday bash. Because if so, then yes, you can do the proof post in the IWK group. I believe. Yeah, I should be able to see when you make the post, unless Kim approves it before I get to it. I'm an admin in the group, so as soon as I see it, I can approve it. unless, as I said, Kim gets to it beforehand. Yes, from the bash. Awesome. Yes, definitely to the IWK group, Cannabis Information with Northern Ontario, Kim. For sure. And so I'll continue with the video here. We're about 2/3 of the way through. So here we go. So yeah, I think we got about another 5 weeks, at least, good 4 or 5 weeks of weather that the plants can withstand. So some of these are not quite ready, but give it another few weeks. It's just over the last 2 weeks, they've been stacking up so nice. Here's the rainbow haze across the donkey dick. The one before that was the plank. What's a good way to get them to grow taller? My first recommendation, if you can, plant them directly in the ground. Forget the barrels. Unless you can do like a big, huge barrel over top of the ground, there's most people you can't do that. If you can do something like this, even if it's a 3x3 square or whatever in the ground. Other than that, there's lots of different ways with nutrients and stuff. I don't spend much on nutrients at all. I don't have the money. I'm happy with what I grow. Could I grow stuff that's better with other stuff? Yeah. So what I can do better. So I'm going to do what I can with what I have right now, and when I can do better, I'll do better. Right? So yeah, the biggest thing I say is if you can, plant in the ground. If you can't, I will counter with this, because not everyone can. Some people are restricted only to pots. Go with the biggest pot size that you can. If you need to move your pot around from place to place, keep that in mind. So don't go too big unless you have it on a dolly or whatever that you can move it around easily. And some people do. Some people do plant like that, where they don't have full sun in a certain area, but they'll move their plants around in the yard on a dolly to the sun, right? But yeah, just go with the biggest. If you can't go in the ground, go with the biggest container that you can go with. But keep in mind that as the bigger container, as you go to a bigger container, as the container gets bigger and bigger, you'll also have to use more and more nutrients, more and more water. Your plant will be bigger, so therefore there's also more defoliation. So there's a lot more to consider with that too. Now, I have the room to put it in the ground, and I do. I'm I would say they're pretty decent sized plants, and the tallest is 8.5 feet, but that's an anomaly out of all of them, because the others, let's see what the average would be. There's two at 60, one at 64, one at 69, one at 80 inches, one at 56 inches. So maybe 60 inches average between the other four. 65 inches average between the other four, 66, something like that, which is 5'6". That's still a half decent sized plant. So the other thing to consider when you're going with bigger plants, you're going to get a bigger yield, but you will also probably lose some more from bud rot, especially if you're growing outside and if it's a humid area and whatnot. But from what I've experienced, the stuff that I have to cut off the plant for bud rot, and the first when I started doing it, I hated doing it because it's like, oh man, I'm losing all this bud that I could have had. But the reality is I can't smoke it. But the thing is, I'm growing such big plants that even with taking out all the stuff that I can't use, which I just calculate that a certain percentage is going to be lost to bud rot or some other incident, like a broken branch or something like that, in each grow. And usually with the size of the plants, it still compensates for it. As you can see, I've still got stuff left over from last year. So, but coming to that, as I've still got stuff from last year. So I have 4 bins. That's these big tote bins up there, which are the same bins I use for growing, right? Those self-watering bins. Justin says 5'6" is your height. Here, you know what? Let me take the headset off. I don't need this on anymore. And we're going to finish up here in just a few minutes. But I do want to talk about storage on the larger plants that they have to consider. Let me just get the music back on. There we go. So these bins, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 up here, but then I also have had for last year the cheese took 2 bins, one of these and another big Rubbermaid bin. I don't have one in here right now, but it's the ones with the big hinged lids. They're usually, you can get them in like red and green. Years ago, it was only like a tan color on the bottom and green lid. And then they started doing the holiday colors and all that. And then they started getting into all your pastels and everything. But you got to consider storage on your plants. How are you going to do it? Are you going to store your plants like I do with here? Let me get one blueberry down. Let's see, one of these bins here. Oh, geez, I knocked the magnet down. So 102 liter tote. See? So that's how I store it. The sliding rack that I built up on the ceiling for them to go, because they take up so much room. Now, even if you were to not do them up like that, if you were to take them all and take all the buds off, jar them, how many jars is all that going to be? I've got these 5 plants that you saw outside in the video. Plus, I've got one down the road. I don't have the picture of it right now. I do have it on my computer somewhere. I'm not going to pull it up. You can tune into the IWK 710 Daily Session on Friday night to see updates like that. I'll try to have that up there for then. You're going to store yours in the bin too. Yeah, I find the bin, doing them like this is perfect. When I need some, I'll just take a branch out, snip a few buds off. If I need to trim it up a little bit more, I can trim it up a bit more. But I'll snip a few buds off, put them in the jar, and it's a couple ounces that fit in the jar. And there I go. Cheers. I forgot how much cheese it gives me cotton mouth. Cheers, everyone. Here, you know what? We need some excitement here. That music finished. It's bong hit time. Right, here we go.
Bong hit time, it's bong hit time. Don't you just know bong hit time? It's bong hit time, it's bong hit time. Everyone loves bong hit time. Bong hit time, it's bong hit time. Don't you just know bong hit time? It's bong hit time, it's bong hit time. Everyone loves bong hit time.
Right. I know, I love bong hit time. Cheers, everyone. All right. So to finish off about the storage, last year I had 5 bins. One of the bins was larger than these, but so we'll just say 5 bins. That was for 4 plants. So I would say the strawberry donkey, that's bigger than the cheese. It's taller than the cheese was last year, but it's not as wide because the cheese was 5 foot wide. One axis at the bottom from tip of branch to tip of branch, and 6 feet on the other side. Whereas the strawberry donkey is more vertical, more contained within the 4 foot pit. I think it might overhang a bit, but not much. But I would imagine the 4 plants, that's probably 5 bins. Then I've got the Grapefruit Diesel in the center. That'll be another bin because I don't want to mix the strains. I don't even know I also have another Grapefruit Diesel from the plant down the road. I don't want to mix this plant in with that one. I want to keep them separate. So, how many bins did I say I need in total? Because I know I got to go and buy a few more. So, 5 for the 4 plants, 6 for the Grapefruit Diesel in the center, and then 1 to 2 bins for the Grapefruit Diesel down the road. So that's 7 to 8 bins total. I've got 4 bins now. I was figuring I'd have to buy just a rough count earlier without counting all the plants. I was figuring maybe about 3. So I think I'm going to start out with just buying 3 and see if that works. So I do have some jars like these. This stuff here is older stuff. I can clear this all out, put it in the mason jar, And these jars here hold a couple of ounces each. I've got, and I can get more from the dollar store too. Or I can just buy another bin if I want to. But they are like $12 a piece, something like that. So the 3 bins, that's going to run me about just over $40. But once I have them, I have them. But I will have to, hold on. I will have to build more racking for them up in here. I have room for 2 more at the end. Only 1 though with that curtain the way it is. But I want to change that the way that is. And I think I can probably put another bin up on the other side of it, so I can get 2. And I also have room above my studio desk. Shit. Above that black blanket that's clipped up on the wall there, I can put one of those racks up there. And up there, that can hold probably 3 bins easy. I might just do 1 here and 3 there. And that gives me 5. That gives me 8 bins there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's what you got to think of too. Is where you're going to store them all. Do you have the room to store it? Right? I didn't have room on the ground. Well, I originally had them stored in the corner here, all stacked up. And if I wanted something on the bottom, I had to unpack them, like unstack them rather. I have them all in my studio here. I don't want to get out in the rest of the basement. But I don't even really have any room in the rest of the basement to have it where they would be safe and out of the way. I do have the room here to hang it up on my ceiling. Not everyone can do that. So keep that in mind. Don't just get all excited about, I'm going to grow a big, huge plant. And I can grow my 4 plants, right? I'm going to grow them in the ground, and you haven't thought anything through, and you got nowhere to put all that weed, right? So what are you going to do? So initially, I didn't have somewhere to put all that weed. I initially used to use 19-liter buckets from Home Hardware, and growing the plants in the ground, I forgot that, I need somewhere bigger to store all this stuff. So I had to go out and buy some bins. So I had to buy them with not having it planned. So, and we got Justin saying hello, Frost. So I guess Frosty, I don't see any comments here yet, but I guess you can probably see that he's tuned in. Hey, Frosty, if you want to come up, shoot me a comment saying you want me to send you the link. We're going to be out of here in just a few minutes. But if Frosty, if you are here wanting to pop on for a minute, you're more than welcome. I guess I should get the bong loaded up again. Because we are going to be out of here in a moment. We've been on just over an hour and a half. I thought it was only going to be about an hour today. I figure we'll see what happens. So yeah, we got the indoor grow started now. If those clones don't take, the clones that I planted, they're going to take in the grow bins. But the clones that I cut from them that are in the clone dome, If they don't take, they don't take. That means I'll lose the Grapefruit Diesel, but I can buy the seeds too. They're on the website. It's like $45 or something. Pack of 5 seeds. NextGenerationSeedCompany.com. And it's Grapefruit Diesel feminized. So if I lose the clones, I always got that option there. The Acapulco Gold, I don't want to lose it, but at least I'll have a plant that's already in that I've got in the grow bin now that will be in veg and will flower out. So I don't see Frosty in the comments here, unless not all comments are coming through. Oh, hold on. Maybe there's a message. What am I doing? Hold on. Just give me a moment. I'm just messaging my wife here. I don't know if she forgot that I'm on my show or what. Or she's being funny. I don't know. We'll see. Sea strain sounded good. Oh man, it is good. It is good. I've been enjoying it, and it's mostly Keef that I'm smoking right now. It's mostly Keef with a bit of I don't know how well you can see. It's got a little bit of leaf, but it's mostly Keef. Yeah. I was gonna jar these up. We'll do that. I'll do that another time. I only was gonna do it if I had time. I heard a bunch of thumping around downstairs. Oh, she heard a bunch of thumping around. What do I do with the weed bins? Okay, hold on. Pull it down. A weed bin to show and tell. I was pulling down a weed bin to show and tell. Gize rolling papers are great papers, right? I love Gize. I used to really like their browns, but I actually like the green and the orange label ones better. The browns are okay. And my wife says, "Oh, LOL." So yeah, cheese. I think I might have one seed left. I think I still got to solidify my seeds for grow next year for outdoors. We'll talk about that probably on the upcoming episode. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make a list. Yeah, to check out and make sure all is good. Yeah. I don't know what she thought I was doing. But yeah, you gotta make sure you got room to store the shit, right? Sounds good to have big plants, but you got nowhere to put it. What are you gonna do? like this song. We're gonna close up in a minute. We'll let this song play through, and then I'll change to my favorite one, Victor. In the meantime, we're gonna have another toke, because you know what we do here on Grow420. We don't just smoke weed; we smoke lots and lots of weed, right? Cheers, everyone. Cheese gives me the squinty eyes. Especially smoking keef. One downside of smoking keef, though, this really, really tears up your bowl. Oh, jeez. I got a note here to share the Fruit Loop Bubba harvest. I got to find that. I'm not going to do it today, but I'm going to have it. I'll bring it up on an episode. I'll bring it up on an episode sometime. Still am planning to have guests come on. Still planning on having the Mark's mental health moment. Just not sure exactly how we're going to do that. I might even just do it with what I have right now. Use it as an intro and outro, what I've put together, and then I'll talk. Because I'm not sure. It's hard for me to connect with Mark sometimes. He's a busy guy. I'm a busy guy. So we haven't really been able to connect up too much with all that. But yeah, I am planning on bringing up some guests at times. I do want to bring on some growers. Even Justin, yourself, you're a grower, right? What are you growing right now again? What was it? How many plants? Is it just one, or do you have more than one? Oh, dang, I got a hole in my shirt. 2 holes right there, dang. Show came along. Great song and cheers. I'm just letting the music play right now. Great song and cheers. Shake show came along. Wasted started. Great shows. Awesome, thank you. Just one now. Got more started. Awesome. So yeah, you're a grower. So one of the grower episodes that I'll have, I'm planning on having 2 different types. One can be like one-on-one, where, say, if you wanted to come up, be part of not necessarily the whole episode of Grow420, but like a segment. Or you can hang out for the whole show too. You're more than welcome as well. Could have it just a whole 1 hour segment or 45-minute segment or whatever type of thing as a special show. Actually, I was thinking too, I can't always do it with someone on Grow420 because we play it at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I can do a pre-record. I kind of don't like that because I like the interaction from the viewers in the chat with the guest. That's what I want to see. I want to see viewers asking the guest questions. I want the guests giving information directly out to what the viewers are looking for. we all have something to share, no matter what level of growing we're at, right? And I'll do one less there. And so I also thought, well, okay, I could also do on the Friday night, because I do the IWK 710 Daily Sesh. It's Farming Fridays. Is someone's available at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday nights? On a Friday night, then I can bring them on then, and we can have a special Grow420 Growers episode on Farming Fridays on the IWK 710 Daily Sesh. So there'd be 2 live slots available for that. One would be 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, that's when Grow420 starts. So 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays, or 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Fridays. And I can always do a pop-up sesh too on a weekend or whatever, depending on the schedule of shows on the network. I can always do something to fit someone's schedule as well. I'm pretty flexible, as long as it fits in with, as I said, it doesn't conflict with other show scheduling on NOK Network here. So yeah, there'd be the one-on-one, and then, as I've mentioned before, a panel. So anyone who's come on before as a one-on-one could then come on as a part of a panel, and anyone else who missed an opportunity for the one-on-one and wanted to join in on the panel, they're more than welcome to as well. But it'd be kind of neat to also have the growers that have been on as guests before all come together as a part of one episode, and it can be like a structured episode. I guess I should get my ass in gear on this now, because I think this would be something that would be great to do over the winter time, because I'm not going to have the outdoor grow. So for video wise, it's only going to be the indoor grow. But then again, come February, March, we're going to start up again for the outdoor grow, getting ready for that coming up. But that still leaves like November, December, January, where it's just going to be the grow cabinet inside here. There's not going to be a whole lot to talk about per se. Well, there's always lots to talk about, but grow wise, with what I've got currently growing on over the winter time, it's not going to be that much. So I'm thinking that might be a good opportunity to bring on some, get into some of the different format of the guests. But I'd have to, as I said, get my ass in gear, because I want it to be more of a structured episode where there's a set of questions necessary that we're talking about, like a topic, not a set of questions, but a topic. Like we can talk about cloning, we can talk about this, we can talk about this, but then also the guest would have the opportunity to share their growing story, their growing history, what they do and how they do it. But then as we move into the episode, then we would focus on those sections and get a little bit more in depth and talk a little bit more in that. Probably to keep it to like maybe 3 different types of subjects type of thing, or just see how things go. But definitely on the panel episode, if I were to have multiple growers, I think it would be good to have specific topics that we're covering at different times, and try to keep it contained within the proper time constraints. Not always easy, but I think it'll be a bit of a task for me too, for trying to for producing from a producer's point of view to do all that. And so I think it would be cool. But let's see, I winter grow inside and have more time to do it, right? I think there's a lot of people that might do winter grows. And that's what I want to do is I want to put out a poll. I got to see if I can put out a poll on my page. I don't know if I can. If I can't, I'll see. I want to put up a poll if I can somewhere on do people grow indoors only, outdoors only, or do you do both? I'd like to get a tent. And if you do outdoors, how do you do it? Do you do it in a greenhouse, in pots, in the ground? These are the different points that I would put on the poll. And then I would have if you do indoor grow, how do you grow indoors? Are you hydroponic? Are you soilless medium? Soil? Living soil? Cheers. Organic? Synthetic? Just see what kind of a response I get. And then use those those different topics to talk about on the on the growers edition of Grow420. Oh, excuse me. And here, you know what? I got a Pepsi here. I probably shouldn't have this, but geez. I never said I was perfect, right? I use ProMix soil. Yeah, I use when I first started out, I started using ProMix moisture control, organic moisture control, and it was coca-cola based, I believe it was. But since I've switched to the HP, the ProMix HP with mycorrhizae. It's like $53 for like a big, huge bale. I gotta get one next month. I was able to get this grow going with what I got, but we're coming up for the next grow outdoors and that to get ready for all that. I'll need more soil. So yeah, that's what I use. It seems to work okay. I had some that I was able to regenerate, but I put a bunch more perlite in because perlite does break down over time. And we can get into this all in other episodes on the growers editions. You buy it at Walmart. Yeah, I get mine. I could get mine from Home Hardware. I usually get mine from there's a little grow shop in North Bay called Grow Me Green. I usually get it from there. But I can get it from Home Depot. I can get it from, I think, Walmart too. But I usually go to this little grow shop. It's a husband and wife, young family and that. So help support them. I can't buy much, but I figure, hey, whatever I can buy, I get it from them. And it's also fun talking to someone else who grows and who loves the culture too, as opposed to Walmart, where you're lucky to find an employee. And no offense to anyone buying at Walmart, because hey, if that's all you can do, that's all you can do, right? But like I've had to buy stuff in town here instead of going to the grocery store. That's what I got to do sometimes, right? So yeah, that's nice. So yeah, sometimes we'll get in like a big conversation about stuff, and it's really cool. It's really cool. And so yeah, we're gonna get out of here in a moment because we've gone on for almost 2 hours. Geez, an hour and 55 minutes. All right, so yeah, we'll talk more about growing on other episodes. But yeah, on the panel episodes, I want to have like certain topics that we can have. Like, so if we'll have like like 2 or 3 different segments. We'll have like a cloning segment. We'll have like a nutrient and watering segment, and another segment. So we'll get people who are growers who do cloning. We'll get them on. We can get everyone to share their experiences on how they do it and their failures, their successes, all of that. Why they clone, all of that. So hopefully I'll have that coming up if I can get my ass into gear with I got to get at the desk and get pen to paper or fingers to keyboard and write out some script. Not script, but episode. You know what I mean. It's not. I guess it is a script that I'd be on, but it more like an episode outline. Episode outline. So we'll have that coming up. Hopefully, maybe November, because we'll have harvest time for outdoors coming up at some point too. I'll have to look back and see when I harvested last year. If I can, you know what? I'm going to write down a note here. I'm going to bring up some pictures and or video of last year's harvest. I know I have some pics of the plants hanging in the basement. I can gather those together, collate those into a folder, but I want to also see if I got pictures of the plants just before being cut down, or as closest to being cut down as possible. So that way you can see the finish off of last year's harvest just before cut down, and then you'll be seeing as we lead up to this year's harvest. So anyways, this one here is just about done. I'll let this run through and then we will put on Victim to Victor. Sounds interesting. I assume you're talking about the growers episodes. I'm hoping that to have that happen. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. But there's Victim to Victor. But that's my goal to do. There's a lot of shit going on in my life right now that I just don't always have the emotional energy, to be honest, to invest in expanding things a little bit more right now. Not saying it's not going to happen, but just being upfront and honest. And so yeah, that's my goal. But if it doesn't happen right away, it doesn't happen right away. But it'll happen. It'll happen. And I also want to get on some music artists as well. There's a few that there's one that I've a band that I've seen, Nico C. They performed live at the 2024 710 Stoner Games at Kist Acres, Kim's Farm, up in Englehart, and they were freaking awesome. And they've agreed to come on as a guest. We'll do it through StreamYard. I don't know if we'll have all of them on or one at a time at different times. I don't know. That's also in the distant future. I want to get the growers on first because, after all, the show is called Grow420. So yes, it follows my cannabis grow, but you guys follow me. I also want to follow you guys. Like, you guys grow. I'm interested in knowing what you grow and how you grow. And hey, if you are a listener out there that grows, if you want to come on, and if you're not comfortable coming on camera, we can also shut the camera off and you can just be audio. But that's fine. But hey, we're there's no judgment here. If I know sometimes some people are a little bit uncomfortable, but yeah, no judgment here. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool to have everyone, have a few people come up and we'll talk about how we all grow and what we do and how long we've been growing and what type of plants we like growing. What's our favorite strains to grow? Do we have certain strains we grow that we grow every year? Or do you like to mix it up with something? Or do you have a set, like a certain number of strains that you like, that you will grow, but you rotate through them? So say, like, for example, anyone who is only growing their 4 plants, which is all BS anyway. You should be doing it. But for those who are growing their 4 plants, if you've got 8 favorite strains, do you grow 4 different strains one year, 4 different strains the next, and then rotate? Do you mix it up, or do you do like all the same strain one year and all the same, like a different strain the next year? Or do you do all the same strain every year? Even though you can do 4 plants, do you do less? Do you do more? I won't tell. So, anyways, we're going to put this last song on here. Victim to Victor. So we're going to get on out of here. We've been on just over 2 hours, way longer than I anticipated on being on. So I do appreciate you all for tuning in today. Justin, especially, man, you've been here from the very beginning. There's others that have been here from near the beginning too. And so I appreciate all your support. Also, thank you all for giving my Grow420 Facebook page a like. So we are now streaming live on that page again. There's now something like 117 followers. I need 100 to go live. And we were sitting at, I think it was at 56 the other day, or a week ago or so. And it's now 117. So you know what? Thank you so much. I'm not in it for the numbers. I could care less. I'm not in. I have no interest in being a pro at the podcasting and making money. No, that's not me. Wow, the only thing I would possibly make money with is if I introduce merchandise with my logo. But how cool would a Grow420 rolling tray be with this logo right here? That logo, but on an all black tray. All black tray with the embroidered look of the black on the back of the here. You know what? This is the better image for me to show you. I'm going to share this screen here. Right there. This one would be better here. You know what? Let me remove these other things here. This song's almost over. We'll let this run out in a second. Okay, so this here, I don't know how. Yeah, there you can see there's like an embroidered look on the black. That would be cool because that's a part of the actual picture file. Because it's a toque, not a toque, a scarf. It's a knit scarf. So we'll put the music off. It's a knit scarf with a green embroidered pot leaf on it, and the Grow420 is just text that I've done with a graphic thing online. I just saved a picture with that. So that's the logo, but I think that would look cool, just like this, with a on a rolling tray. That'd be cool. The logo I think would be cool on a t-shirt, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really that's also a lot more head work, and that's something I'm not in any way the least interested in entertaining. Putting all kind of pressure on myself right now to add all that on. That's something it's a dream. If it happens, it happens. I know that there's ways to do it. There's There's one website my wife talked about, and I got no idea about it. I haven't done any research about it. Teespring, but I think it's just called Spring now. And but you can submit your logo, and you can have it applied to mugs, t-shirts. You create your own shop, and you don't have to carry any inventory yourself. It's just all sales through the website. So I don't know. Like, obviously they take a fee and stuff. Yeah, nothing's free, right? And if something is free, then there's a cost to it somewhere along the line. Trust me. You may not see it, but there is somewhere. Never fails. Never fails. Not being pessimistic there, just saying, hey, when you go into things without expecting a whole lot, and you do have something great happen, it's like you're not just severely disappointed, right? Anyways. So yeah, what was I saying? I don't know. I was gonna say something else, but I lost my train of thought. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in to Grow420 today, episode 35 here on NOK Network. I hope you all enjoy your week. We'll see you all again here next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on NOK Network. Tune in tonight to 710, the IWK 710 Daily Sesh with Janine the Cannabis Fairy. She is, I believe, after the show tonight, she is on her way to the airport, her hotel or airport or something, to make a trip over to Europe. I can't remember exactly where she's going. So you're going to have to tune in and find out at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. on NOK Network. And following that at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe it's a replay tonight coming up on for Psychedelic Reporters. Scheduling issues, all kinds of life happens, right? The show that was scheduled to be recorded live today, recorded today, didn't happen. So we are playing a replay tonight, but I'm sure it'll just be just as great as always, because hey, it was already a show that made the news, right? So tune in to Psychedelic Reporters for psychedelics in the news from around the world. Always great information listening to Hobbies and Terra on that show. So again, that's 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. And again, it's a replay being put on tonight. I will see you again before Grow420 on Friday night, Farming Fridays on the IWK 710 Daily Sesh. And that's it, folks. Cheers. Thank you all for tuning in, and good night. Oh, jeez. Talking so much, I've got no air in my lungs here. There we go. Cheers. And as I said earlier, it doesn't help that because I've been smoking mostly Keef bowls, the bowl is the stem of the bowl is getting kind of clogged, so it's getting harder to draw through. I would normally clean it out with paper towel by now, but I didn't want to take a stop and do that. So, oh man, I'm losing my voice. Hopefully, that's just temporary. Oh, it's really smoky in here. I love it. All right. Cheers, everyone. We'll see you again next week on Grow420 for episode 36. So stay tuned for the closing here. And we'll see you again next week. Bye.